called Dear 20-Year-Old Me. Am I 20 years old? No, I'm 21. I had this video in the back of my mind the whole time I was 20 because I wanted to film a reaction video to it, but I just never felt right about it. I couldn't find the right time, and I found I was like changing week by week into a different person, and yeah, I had a lot of life changes occur while I was 20 as well, and it just wasn't right. So I'm at peace with the fact that I'm doing this when I'm 21 years old. But anyway, this is gonna be really weird. I'm actually scared. You can't judge my headphones, okay? Headphones are connected. We're gonna start watching it. It's Stanley! Okay.
Dodie has been
Dodie,
doing this one for a little while, and I thought it'd be interesting to do one of my own, except starting now when I'm like a kid. Right now it is the 30th of June 2021. I'm 17 and I have 1 term left of high school. So hello future May, I hope you're okay. I don't know whether to talk about my life as it currently is or ask questions. I think I might do a bit of both. Stanley, please get your bum off my yoga mat.
I had to take my yoga mat off the floor because Stanley kept sitting on it and putting his butt on it. It wasn't great. What am I wearing? Can we discuss this for a second? Against that background, I made the decision. Oh my gosh. My hair looks kind of good though. I'll give myself that.
Right now it's the school holidays. I have 1 term left of year 12 and then I'm finished. I made the decision to go unscored recently because of a lot of mental health struggles and a lot of pressures. Was that the right decision? Did that pay off? Right now I'm planning to...
It's funny how so many years later, I'm like thinking about the same thing around the same time. I really want to go to uni next year and I'm really struggling to get in because of this very decision to go unscored, and I have been really hard on myself over the past few months because if I hadn't made the decision to go unscored I would just be in uni and everything would be fine. But because I don't have an ATAR, no one wants me at their university. So yeah, I was actually thinking like, what would I say if someone asked me if going unscored was the right decision? And I still don't know what I'd say. I think it's so based on a person by person thing. I think it's very easy for me to look back and say like, why didn't I just sit my exams? It would have been so easy, but that's not the case. I was really struggling at the time. You know, my like wrists gave up on me and I was literally in lockdown with COVID. It was a hard time, and I shouldn't be hard on myself for having to go unscored. I think it was the right decision at the time. Has it made it harder as an adult to like seek further education? Yes, it has. I think as frustrating as it is that it has slowed me down in getting an education, I think the break that I have taken after high school has been so fundamental to healing myself as a person. I'm so glad that I've taken the time to just be a waitress. You know, I saved up and I travelled around Europe and I did all those things that I don't think I would have done if I had gone straight into uni.
Right now I'm planning to go to TAFE and study horticulture. Is that what you should be doing that right now, I think? Are you doing a diploma or are you just doing the certificate? Or are you doing something else? Are you regretting it and you trying to get into university? I hope not. Are your career aspirations still the same?
Hang on. Okay, so when I went unscored, I decided that I was going to go to TAFE and do horticulture, which I didn't end up doing, but I do think it served a really good purpose at the time because it gave me something to think about as I was heading out of high school. It gave me a plan. Got to like a week before the course started and I had just been working at this restaurant for a few months and making lots of friends, and I just really enjoyed the routine of it. And I decided that I was really happy where I was and I didn't want to do anything. I just needed to stay still for a little while. So I didn't end up doing that. I do look back and wonder like what would have happened if I had done it. But again, it's just one of those things that like I think I made the right decision in the time. Like I really followed my gut on that one and I think it was the right decision.
Your career aspirations still the same? My plan is to at least get a job at a bookshop while I'm at TAFE. I hope that happens.
So I did not get a job at a bookshop. Like I said, I got a job at a restaurant. I've had a few different cafe jobs since I was 17. The first one I worked at a restaurant for 1.5 years, and then I worked at a really small cafe for 1.5 years, and now I'm working at an even smaller cafe in a park, your favourite park that you go to all the time. So that's really cool and it's so exciting.
Have you got your driver's license?
I do have my driver's license. It was such a struggle. In Victoria we have to log 120 hours of driving on our learner's permit before we can sit for our driver's test, and I was really struggling with this because I hated driving when I first started. It was so overwhelming, and I was also doing it through COVID, so we didn't have a lot of opportunity to like go out and drive or we'd be like arrested. But yes, I do have my driver's license and I love it. I have my own car and I drive around and I do little things by myself. It's so exciting. It was such like a fundamental part of becoming an adult for me, and also something that I never thought I would do. I really didn't think I was gonna get my driver's license. But yeah, I feel like I've come a long way with my driving. I've driven out to Gippsland every day to do a TAFE course in electrical, by the way, which you would never have seen coming. I've driven into the city and I've like looked at Flinders Street station from my from my driver's seat, and that is something I never thought I would do. I've driven on a road with trams. I've done a hook turn, poorly, but I've done one.
I'm currently on 41 hours. Do you have a car? That'd be pretty cool. I would absolutely love for you to have already moved out of the house with the boyfriend, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
Yeah, no. For some reason, when I was younger, I thought I'd be like moved out when I was 18. Also, not with the boyfriend anymore, which is something that would not have been a possibility to me at 17 years old.
Currently working on a rough first draft for my book. Admittedly, it's the third rough first draft. Have you gotten it published yet? It's about time. You need to get that thing published.
So you're probably on like draft 7 of that story that you're talking about. It's not working at the moment, so you've moved on to something else and you're doing NaNoWriMo. Surprise! Yes, you're working on a fresh project for NaNoWriMo in 2024. And yeah, you actually need to know how to write a book before you can get a book published. So I'm working on that.
You still have your Mank Doc Martens. How's YouTube going? We hit...
I do! They're still Mank and I wear them every single day. Oh, they smell like coffee.
How's YouTube going? We hit 350 subscribers yesterday.
350 subscribers. Well, I'm pleased to say we've actually doubled that. Where are we now? 705 subscribers. That's so exciting. Would be like such a big number to me at 17. That's crazy.
Been hit with so many lovely comments and I found I'm really leaning on them for support because they're really nice. How's the family? Joe just got a job at the fish and chip shop. He'll be 17 when you react to this, so he'll be my age now. Yeah. Is he going unscored? Maybe. I bet he's gonna try and get an ATAR just to annoy me.
Joe's doing really good. He's actually 18 now. He doesn't work at the fish and chip shop anymore. Good riddance. But yeah, he's been working full time and he's got a car and his license, and it's crazy because he's like a full adult now and I'm really proud of him.
Stanley. He's having a grand old time over here right now.
Stanley passed away last year. He was 15, so he was getting quite old. And yeah, it just got to a point where it wouldn't have been the right decision to let him keep going because it would have been a little bit painful for him. So yeah, we made the decision to put him down, which was definitely the right decision because by the last night he just wasn't doing very well. But I'm really grateful because I got to spend like the last 48 hours straight with him, just looking after him, and yeah, it was really magic and I miss him so much. I still have dreams about him all the time and yeah, I miss him a lot. But I think losing him made me appreciate him all the more because he was a little shit, but he was a good dog.
Gone back to England? How's COVID? How's COVID, by the way? What's going on there? Jeez.
So COVID is like done now. I mean, like it's still around, but lockdowns are completely broken and I feel like we've been back to normal for maybe like 2 years now. You've been back to England 3 times since filming this video. Isn't that bizarre? The first time you got to go back for your uncle's wedding, which is like something that you never thought you'd be able to do, and you just got to be like surrounded by family. It's one of like the happiest days of my life. And then you got to go back to visit family before you know, traveled around Europe. Isn't that crazy? And then you went back recently to visit family as well. You also had your grandparents come and stay with you for Christmas. And yeah, I can't like imagine what a relief this would have been to me to hear at the time because it felt like the world was never going to go back to normal.
Do you play any other instruments? Probably not. Have you played clarinet in 2 years? Have you played clarinet? I don't think you've played any clarinet.
I play double bass in like an orchestra now, which is crazy. I still can't really believe it. But yeah, when you left high school, you knew that you wanted a reason to keep practicing instruments, and you liked electric bass, so you picked up double bass. You spent all your money on one. Yeah, now I play in an orchestra and I go and do gigs in the city and it's so cool. I barely touch the clarinet. That thing hurts my teeth. I don't like it. I'm sorry.
Your noggin, have you figured that one out yet? Right now, I'm a lot better than I was, but I feel like I'm on a sort of plateau and it's not really going anywhere. Everything still feels like a dream or a simulation. The days are sort of passing without my knowing, and it's all happening quite quickly but quite slowly at the same time, and I feel like I don't really have a grip on what's going on around me. But I'm trying. I'm trying to find what works for me. And things are helping. It's just finding the right combination at the moment.
I'm pleased to say I'm actually pretty good up here, I think. I remember the feeling of being spaced out and it was awful, but once I left high school and sort of left that whole structure and sort of stepped out into the real world, I like remember feeling sentient for the first time in my life. And yeah, there have definitely been, you know, struggles since then and a few little dips, but for the most part I think I've been like on a very steady upwards trajectory with my mental health, so I think that's really cool. I'm still the same. I'm still constantly analysing myself and journaling and trying to pick apart how I'm feeling and why I'm feeling it, but I think that has really aided me in becoming more emotionally intelligent. There's still like so much that I know I need to learn, but yeah, I'm proud of myself in that respect.
Did you get your wisdom teeth out? Was it painful? I've got my consultation for that in a couple of weeks.
I did get my wisdom teeth out and it wasn't that bad. My mum was like talking big game because when she got her wisdom teeth out it was like really awful, but I had a really good dentist man and yeah, it was fine. I was on the couch for like 2 days and then I was back to normal.
I guess I have somewhat of an idea of what I want my life to look like when I'm 20. I want to still be with the boyfriend. I want to be really into my books and into my YouTube. I really hope the horticulture thing goes well, but at this point I don't really mind. I think whatever I do, I'm gonna find a way to love it, and if I want something, I'm gonna try my hardest to get it. I just really hope that there's a peace and we can just sit in silence and just be all right. Did you relapse into your spicy Cheetos addiction? I think that's all I have to say for today. Hopefully I'm still alive to respond to this.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye. What's he looking at? Oh, I was waiting to film this video and I didn't know why. I think because like, I don't know, if you've been watching my videos like recently, you'll know that I've gone through the big life change of a breakup and it's like completely changed the context of my life, and I've had to do like a lot of thinking and a lot of sorting out and a lot of processing, and I'm pleased to say that I'm doing better, definitely a lot better than I was a month ago, and I felt ready to sort of look back at this time and look at what I was doing and what I expected of myself. This week I've been emailing with universities back and forth trying to find like literally what I can do to get into university. I will do anything. So I've been having a lot of regrets this week about going unscored and all of that, and I've been feeling so much hatred for myself. But I was listening to a Madeline Argy podcast, sorry if that's not how you say her name, but she was saying how like she regrets like making fun and hating her past self, because how would she know then that her future self isn't doing the same to her current self? Sorry if that's like a bit, but yeah, trying to find that compassion for my younger self has definitely been a bit of a learning curve recently, because like hindsight is 2020. It's like, dude, why did you make that decision? It could have turned out so much differently, but my brain's still cooking. It's not done yet. It's not done. And I'm still gonna make mistakes after my brain is done cooking. Like, that's life. That's how it goes. I've been playing with the idea of making like a dear 25-year-old me and keeping it going, but I don't know what I'd say. I kind of want to like just react to this video and we can do like the Bo Burnham bit where he keeps reacting to himself. I think also something I'm learning is I'm trying not to go forward with too much of an expectation for myself in terms of like strict guidelines for where I think I'm going to be in the future. Like, I have a rough idea of what I want to do for the next few years, but I'm just trying to settle and trust my gut and do what feels right. Yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like past me like reached into the future when she said about finding like that sense of peace and sitting in silence, and I really feel like I've come closer to that. and that will always be my goal, is finding that like inner quiet and inner contentment and inner peace. Whatever I'm doing is to have like a home in my heart, I think. I know that's like cheesy, but that's like the goal. What else has happened that's like important that I need to tell past me? I saw Timmatic live by accident. I got a really high score in 2048. Like, I got the 2048 plus 2048 tile that I can't remember what it is. Oh, and you're gay. I'm not gay, Craig.